Welcome back, man. If you're new to the channel, I'm Javaris, and I just want to share a quick story with you. I've been working on this flip project for longer than I wanted to. It has gone a little bit longer than I expected, but that's what happens in life. Sometimes the unexpected happens. We had a rigorous process with our permits, and we had to do everything. So that's getting our building permit. Then we had to get electrical, plumbing, and mechanical. So everything. This house is basically new construction. The only thing that's not new is the exterior walls and the foundation. Other than that, everything is pretty much brand new. But anyways, I had a recent setback where about a month into the process of starting the renovation, I had to get emergency neck surgery. Now I can lift my shoulder, my arm. But before, I couldn't even raise my arm no higher than here. But anyways, so that kind of set me back in the process. It's been quite a journey. We're a few months in. But anyways, I want to share the story with you. So we got a little bit of misinformation from the powers that be, let me just say that, about how to get power, right? When to get power. And so I've been trying to get power. We were told we need this, we need that. So fine, we'll continue the process. The house is almost complete. And actually today, I received my CO. If you don't know what a CO is, that's called a certificate of occupancy. So the CO, or the certificate of occupancy, means the house is safe. It has passed all inspections. The house is livable. It's ready. Nothing's holding me back. We're ready to get it completed, staged, and put it on the market. When a house sits for a few years or more empty, you can't just hook up power. This house was abandoned for like 3 or 4 years, maybe 5 years. So of course it's not gonna be safe to just hook up power. But I got my CO today, and immediately I called the structural engineer, or not structural engineer, the electrical engineer. Because when I called the power company, well, we just had a situation with our riser on the roof, which means basically, to make a long story short, instead of going from pole A to the riser on the roof, we had to, in order not to put an 8-foot pole on the house and anchors, that would look crazy. It would look like a airport runway. It looked like something at the airport. So we had to chop down a tree. So that was more money to the budget. So we chopped down the tree, and then we passed codes for the riser on the roof. So I had the engineer come out. He said, yeah, we can connect from pole A. Instead of going to the house, we connect from pole A. I have a street light in my backyard. So we can go from pole A to pole B to the house. Okay, cool. So in order to get power, you need to get your CO, which we finally got today. So I called Duke. Well, actually I called the engineer I was working with, and he has a voicemail saying I won't be in the office until mid-November. Contact this person. So I contacted that person, got an email reply, same thing. I'm out of the office. I'm helping with the hurricane relief situation that we had, the Hurricane Helene. By the time you see this, it'll probably be 2 or 3 more hurricanes that have come. So I'm like, you know what, man? All right. So I called the power company, and she says, well, we see the work order. We're still waiting on the documentation from the city to be able to move forward. All right, cool. She said, well, just to let you know, a lot of our technicians are helping with relief from the hurricane. So it's going to take at least 24 hours until we get approval from the city. From that point, it could take up to 4 days, but we can't give you a definite time period because a lot of our technicians are helping with the hurricane relief. Now, my heart goes out to everyone that was affected by the hurricane, no doubt. I don't ever want anybody to be in that situation, so I know how that can be. That's tough. So I definitely have empathy and sympathy for everyone who's going through hard times. But I've been working on this house for a long time. I spent too much money trying to get this house prepared, right, to get it ready. And now that I've passed everything and it's time to get my power, now they don't have a time frame. So, as you can imagine, my anxiety and my stress is on another level because this house and the situation I've been through, I've just been through a lot with this house. It's been a great experience thus far, but sometimes, man, it's life. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let me just pray, calm down, let me calm my nerves. Things will work out. It's the journey that matters anyways, So I go to Home Depot. Well, actually, I went to the city to talk to them and let them know what was going on. So it was like, okay, we're going to update Duke. The electrician didn't put the power company, so I'm going to send an email, copy you on there. All right, cool. So let me go get something to eat. I almost messed up. As you know, I'm trying to stay healthy so I can get this weight off. So I did good, man. I skipped the fast food. I went and got a lot of veggies. Then I come back to the house, and guess what I see? I'm gonna show you. But let me tell you first. It was a power company. They're out there right now hooking up my power. Man, I could cry. You don't understand. I could cry. But let me just show you real quick. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
What's going on with the Gatorade bottles over here?
To the ground.
Yeah, that was the electrician put that there so the inspector would know where they are.
Oh, okay.
He was thirsty, man. Quit asking so many questions.
That too.
What you got, man? A camera?
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah. Y'all look good.
You all right? Well, actually, y'all look great, man. If y'all knew how happy I was to see y'all here, man.
Not really, because we ain't got no vest on.
So, like I was saying, I feel so good. I'm excited, man. But all that to say is this. Sometimes in life, man, we just have to be patient and we have to be resilient. And I know that's cliche, but it's true. We're always going to go through something. There's always going to be hard times. There are always going to be times where things don't happen exactly the way we want them to, right? Never. I mean, it does happen, but things can't happen exactly the way we want them to happen every single time. So we have to have a resolve to deal with oppression, hard times, when things don't go as planned, emergency surgery, unforeseen life events, they happen. But what really matters is how we handle the situation, because it's always worse than we anticipated to be in our minds. Our minds always make it worse. And I'm definitely guilty of this because your mind starts racing, you start thinking these thoughts, and rarely is it as bad as it is in our imagination. So keep your head up, stay resilient, stay positive, no matter what happens. You know what I mean? And that's easy to say, it's harder to do. But man, we can eliminate so much stress and anxiety if one, we just be patient, be resilient, have endurance, have faith, and things will always work out one way or another, right? I'm excited, but I hope this was helpful. I hope you found some value and encouragement in what I'm relaying to you, and I can't wait to show you the process, start to finish, the before and after, and that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions, if you have any interests that you want me to talk about when it comes to flipping houses or real estate investing, the short-term rental market, aka Airbnb, VRBO, let me know and we'll take it from there. So at this point, I'm about to finish watching them hook up my power. I'm gonna clean up this joint and we're gonna get ready to get this thing going. Don't forget to follow me on my social handles, Javaris Pollard, Instagram and TikTok. And please subscribe, all right? I hope this was helpful and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.